What's up, everybody? I am here to show you my pickups from the first half of July 2023. I went to the thrift stores almost every day last week and found amazing stuff at almost every store. I have a ton to show you, so let's just dive right in. First off, I went to the treasure hunt store, which is the bin store. I believe I went on the $2 day and found lots of fun stuff. Got this really cool lifelike skull mask with a movable jaw. Thought that was neat for $2. Found this. I don't know if it's official, but it's a demo bat from Stranger Things. Earlier this year, I found one of the demo dogs, the plush, so figured why not get the bat to go with it. This is one of the Jurassic World dinosaur toys that I collect. Unfortunately, it was missing its tail, but it does work. I took the batteries out because it was kind of annoying. But this is normally like, I think, a $20 figure, so I got it for $2. I figure, just display it like that on my shelf. It's all good. Got another figure. I got one of the... I don't actually know what they call this. I don't know if it's like the vintage collection, kind of like Star Wars does, but it's the retro style Indiana Jones figures. So I got Indiana Jones himself. I believe like a month or so ago I got Marion, so had to get Indy, especially for $2. And got this very cool Schleich dino. Is this not sure if that's meant to be like a mosasaur, but some sort of underwater dinosaur. Very cool. Schleich stuff is usually pretty expensive, so $2 on that was a steal. And one last thing, this obviously all unofficial. It's kind of something you would get from Amazon, but it is a set of Sonic school supplies. So there's like some post-it notes, some buttons. You can see here there's like a ruler, but I thought this little pencil pouch with the different versions of Sonic on it was really cool. Again, just $2. Okay, next, I went to a whole bunch of different Goodwills, so I think I have everything sorted by store, but let's just say I got it at a Goodwill. First of all, got a Wii game, and kind of a weird one, Chicken Little Ace in Action. The movie was okay. I'm not like a huge fan of like Disney CG or early CG movies, but this one was okay. But this game is basically like Ratchet and Clank for Wii with pointer controls for your weapon. So it's surprisingly decent for a licensed Wii game, and it was complete. So it was tagged $2.99, but green tags were half off, so $1.50. And also, this is a kind of more obscure one, but this is, I'm not sure if you could read it on the video there. It says Interstate 76 with Microsoft Sidewinder Force Feedback Pro. So this was a pack-in game that came with the Microsoft Sidewinder Pro joystick. Now, I do have one of the joysticks I bought secondhand and had no idea this game existed, but it is a 2-disc game, has both discs. And I think CDs, it was with the CDs, so it was $1.99. Figured it was worth a shot. And found a PS2 game from Midway, Fireblade. So it's kind of like a, I wouldn't say necessarily an arcade style, but more like action-oriented helicopter combat game. Kind of like a spiritual successor to the Strike series, like Soviet Strike, Nuclear Strike, those games that were on like the Genesis PS1 era from EA. But that was only $2.99, and again, complete. Okay, one other thing, I think from that same Goodwill, found this really cute little Jurassic Park, I think it's meant to be a T-Rex plush. It still has a tag, it's bent in half, but whatever. Just $1.99 on him. Then, let's see, another store, everything's falling on me, Found this cool new Super Mario Brothers water bottle, and it is officially licensed from 2008, and that was just 99 cents. Got one of the Skylanders, what is it called? Portal of Power, I think. But this one specifically is the wireless Bluetooth model for 3DS. And that was $2.99. Got a cute Pokemon puzzle featuring Eevee and Pikachu for $2.99, and that is brand new and sealed. So no need to count the pieces. Let's see. Got a couple books. Let me start with this one. So this one is called Copper. Never heard of it, but it's by Kazu Kibuishi, who wrote the Amulet series, which is a series of like graphic novels that I thought was pretty interesting. I haven't read all of them. I think I own volumes like 1 through 3, 5, and 7, or something like that. So I'm missing 2 in the middle, so I wasn't able to read the whole thing yet. But anyway, I like his other work, and this was, I think, 99 cents for a kid's book, or $1.50. I found an old coloring book. So it was tagged $1.99, but pink tags were half off, so 99 cents. And it's called Per Tenders. So apparently this was an old, probably 80s cartoon about, I think they're all supposed to be cats that pretend to be other animals. Kind of weird. But what I thought was interesting is, when I opened the book, someone put in a few coloring book pages of Roger Rabbit. So, thought that was cool for 99 cents. And most of this stuff, yeah, I think this batch of stuff I got on the Customer Appreciation Day. So I got another 25% off on top of the already low price. Another coloring book, but this one, hopefully you can see, is a Gravity Falls book based on the animated series, which I am a huge fan of. If you haven't watched it or heard of it, it's currently on Disney Plus, I think, but they may remove it at any point, so be sure to check it out while you can, because the Blu-rays are already out of print, but it's an amazing show. Anyway, so this book is called Don't Color This Book, It's Cursed. And while it is technically a coloring book, there is a pretty interesting narrative story throughout it that kind of explains why you shouldn't color it. I won't spoil it for anyone who's a fan of the show, but it's only 99 cents plus 25% off. Excuse me. And one other thing from that store, found an older board game, or tabletop game I've been interested in, called King of Tokyo, and it's by Richard Garfield, who was the creator of Magic the Gathering. This was only $2.99. It is sadly missing a few pieces. Nothing too major. It has like all the characters and dice and cards, but there's supposed to be some little counter discs, and those are missing. But as far as I know, this game's kind of like out of production and a little expensive on the secondary market, so $3 for a mostly complete set I thought was still a good deal. Let me set that there. Okay, and then I believe after that store I went to a nearby Salvation Army and ended up finding this very cool Lucky Cat, or Maneki Neko Bank. So I have a small collection of these on or around my desk, because I did live in Japan for 5 years, so I love, Japanese cultural things, and I love cats, so whenever I find these for a decent price, I usually pick them up. This one was a little more than I typically pay, but it's a really cool, really nice, like ceramic. That was $5.97. There. And let's see, here's some stuff from another Goodwill. So these, clearly bootleg, but very interesting, I thought. It's Pokemon Go Uno cards. There's all kinds of crazy typos and misspellings on the back. So I tried looking these up, and apparently these were sold in like Mexico or maybe like South American countries. But they're kind of cool. So it is the full set of I think like 108 cards. So the back of every card has Ash and Pikachu, and then they feature. It's weird, like all different sources. So I'm pretty sure this is from like Pokken tournaments. Some of it might just be like custom art. I think there might be like some official renders, like you got Chimchar. I think I want to say that's from like one of the trading card game cards. Just very bizarre, but I love Pokemon and I enjoy Uno, so I figured I'd never see one of these again, unless I travel to South America or something. So the box is a little ripped, but it was $3 plus 25% off. That was cool. Got a toy bag. This one had a few neat things in it. Let me go ahead and pull them out. There is a Rabid Burger King toy. He's dressed up as a chicken. There's this interesting Yoshi. I think this one's a McDonald's toy. Yeah, so the bag was already open. Let me just pop them out. So it looks like he's meant to, like, I don't know if he's going to sit on your finger or, like, climb something. But his back is a button. Oh, there's a power button. Let's see if he does anything. Oh! That's cool. Plays some Yoshi theme music. What else? Oh, we got a Goofy Movie McDonald's toy. So this one, you can't see my table here, but if you pull the fish, it'll actually pull the boat in after them. It's on wheels. There's a cute little Bartok plush from Anastasia. Or I think he had his own spin-off movie after that. What else? Some kind of weird megaphone thing. There's like a little Stitch figure. Oh, this is kind of cool. A little posable Hercules from the Disney film. Got Donald with the sombrero. Oh, and a Teletubby. Looks like it was a Burger King toy, but it's kind of weird. He has these little pockets on the back. I think it's meant to be so you could make them walk with your fingers. Nightmare Fuel. What else? Oh, one other cool thing. One of the Tamagotchi Happy Meal toys. Not sure if this one has a button. Looks like it probably made sound. I'm sure the battery's dead. It's probably 20 years old. But yeah, some cool stuff. And the whole bag was just $3 plus 25% off. Then two more things. I got a Venom graphic novel. It says it's Venom by Daniel Way, the complete collection. So that was tagged $14.99, which is a little high for Goodwill, but pink tags were half off, plus 25% off. So I looked it up. I love Venom, for one thing. And this specific book, I think, is out of print and selling for considerably more than this. So I figured whatever I paid, like $6 or $7 was a great price. And then finally, at that store, I found a Casio sampling keyboard. It's model SK5. And this thing is, like, untouched. I have no idea why somebody would have donated this. I mean, these are pretty expensive keyboards. And it was only $6.99. Again, before my discount. And, I mean, this thing, like, I tested it. It works perfectly. There's no corrosion in the battery compartment. It's just got like a couple little scuffs on the back, but I mean, hopefully you can see in the video there, this thing is clean. So, very happy to find that. Oh, one more thing. I got a, I think this was a, Guitar Hero guitar for Nintendo Wii, and that was just $3.99. So what's nice about these Wii guitar controllers is you don't need the little USB dongle that, everybody seemed to have lost over the years. you simply plug in your Wii remote, and it works through this little cord and translates all the buttons through the Wii remote. Okay, moving on. Next up is some Salvation Army stuff. So, again, got a little Lucky Cat, a cute gold bank one. It's just basic plastic, but it was only $1.99, and I think green tags were half off, so 99 cents. Move them. And picked up a movie, Blu-ray. It's Lyle Crocodile, based on a kid's book, I think. I've never read the book, but the movie looked kind of cute, and it's actually sealed. So, $1.99, not bad. Let me make some room over here. Okay. And then I found Rock Band 1 and 2 for PS2, both for $3.95 each. So, I've been wanting to pick these up because what's nice about the PS2 versions is they didn't have any DLC or any updates or anything like that. So you just put in the disc and play. So I think I have a couple of the track packs already, but I didn't have the actual like mainline games yet. So I was happy to find these. And they're both complete in pretty good condition. And then finally, two more things. At that store, I got Think Fun's Roller Coaster Challenge. So I have a few of these Think Fun games. They're kind of like basically logic puzzle games where you'll be given usually some sort of base and then all different kinds of pieces, and it'll tell you how to set it up or give you like hints on what you need to do, and then you have to try to figure out the puzzle and like build it or set it up to solve that given problem. But this one I've always thought was interesting because it's very three-dimensional compared to the other games, and every time I find it, it's usually like $10, and I'm like, I don't want to pay that much. But this one, for whatever reason, was $2.99, and green tags were half off, so $1.50, and it's 100% complete. So I was very happy to find that. And then, again, a little toy bag here. Not too much in here, but this was just $2.99, and it actually had a couple Jurassic World figures. So it had, I think all three were the battle damage versions. So we have the green Triceratops, blue, the Velociraptor, and then, what is this guy? I believe... it's a Herrerasaurus. I think I'm pronouncing that right. But again, the battle damage version. Cool little, was that a tiger shark? Or leopard shark. Little dolphin. I think these are like safari figures. A couple generic dinosaurs. Two cool little wind-up dinosaurs. I love wind-up toys. And then Yoshi Mario Kart motorcycle. I think this was a McDonald's toy. Yeah, made for McDonald's. But yeah, lots of cool stuff for $3. And I mean, considering these Jurassic World figures, I think were originally like $8 or $9 each. Not too shabby. Okay, there. Let me set those guys aside. And let's see what is next. Right. So, in my area, so the three main thrift store chains in my area are Goodwill, Salvation Army, and then Sparrow's Nest. But they also, a few towns over, they have a larger store called Community Threads. That's basically like, I'd say 5 times the size of a normal Sparrow's Nest, which are typically little like smaller strip mall size thrift stores. But anyway, I stopped in this store after not being there for a while, and I had a coupon for 25% off my entire purchase that expired that day. So I was like, well, let's see what I could find. So initially, I found a Wii game that I thought sounded interesting called Go Play Lumberjacks. I have no idea if this is good. It could be kind of crappy, but what I thought was kind of interesting is it supports the balance board. And it has me support as well, so it's like a collection of lumberjack themed mini games that I thought could be fun. And I want to say their games and DVDs are like $1.50, so not bad. Speaking of DVDs, I found another Alvin and the Chipmunks DVD. This time, Batmonk. So it's a Batman themed episode, and it says it has Batmonk, Treasure Island, and Sherlock Seville. So a couple like themed episodes. Love this show growing up. Then I'll get to this stuff in a moment. I found a couple cool books. Not sure what this is from, but it's Pokemon Official Annual 2014. So it's a nice hardcover book and has a lot of really cool artwork from, what was this? I think like the black and white era. And then for some reason there's a paper craft of Ash's hat. It's kind of weird. But yeah, kind of a just fun, interesting book. And I think kids' hardcovers were like $1.50, so not too expensive. Then I found, so I am a huge Simpsons fan, have been my entire life, and I've been collecting the Simpsons comics, which I think ended its run a few years ago, but there's still a ton of graphic novels that I don't have. And as part of the run, they did a Treehouse of Horror series based on the Halloween episodes, of course. So I think I have, I want to say there's at least 5 volumes that I know of, and I had the first 3. So I've always been looking for what would be the 4th or 5th volume, and I finally found the 4th one for just $2.99. So very, very happy to finally find that. And speaking of The Simpsons, I found an early book by the creator, Matt Groening, The Big Book of Hell. So if you're unfamiliar with his early work, he did a series of books about like how life is hell, dating is hell, love is hell, all different things like that, and created these rabbit characters. So I'm pretty sure this book is a compilation of a lot of his smaller books, which I have a handful of them, but I think this is all of them plus some exclusive content. So that was $3.99. And then, again, back to this stuff. So at first, by the toys, I found these little Splatoon buckets that I thought were kind of cool. And they were 99 cents each. Whoa, as I throw it. 99 cents each, and I found a bunch of them, so I just grabbed them all. And then I was just about done. I was making one last loop, kind of back by the books to put a few things back. And I turned by the party supplies, and they had a whole section of Splatoon birthday stuff. So they had like plates and tablecloths and napkins and all this stuff. And at first I'm like, oh, I'm going to get all of it. And then I'm like, wait, I don't need any of this. So I limited myself to the buckets, and then I grabbed some of the balloons, which I thought were kind of cool. So there's just some regular, just like solid color balloons with Splatoon logos or Inkling faces. Got 2 of those. And then this one I thought was kind of neat. It's a see-through balloon featuring a couple different images, depending what direction you look into it. And then there were 2 sets of the kind of bigger, like, helium balloons. All for 99 cents each, plus 25% off. So, kind of cool. Stuff you don't see every day. Okay, then, let's see. Yep, the next day I went out towards like, a different route that I usually go. So, there's a few, so in my general area, like I mentioned, there's Goodwill, Salvation Army, Sparrow's Nest, and they're all kind of connected. But in another nearby area, there's different Goodwills that are connected, so it's like different ownership, if that makes sense. The only ones that are connected would be the Sparrow's Nest stores, which was the first place I went. So at that store, I found a couple books. So I got Bone, Quest for the Spark, Book 1 and 2. So these are actually illustrated novel continuations of the classic graphic novel series. So I have every book in the main series, but I think there's 3 volumes of this, so I found 2 of them. And at that store, these were considered kids' books. They were only 50 cents each. Plus, I found a first edition copy of Ready Player 2. So I haven't read the first book. I did see the movie, which I thought was decent. But this is a first edition copy, and again, I had 25% off. So I ended up getting all 3 books, I think, for like $2. Not bad. Then I stopped at the Goodwill in that town. Just found a couple things. I ended up getting the Scooby-Doo live-action movie 2-pack on Blu-ray. So if you didn't know, these movies were actually directed by James Gunn, who, of course, did the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. And they're not masterpieces, but they're entertaining. So I've been looking for this 2-pack specifically, so I was happy to find that. And then I found this Stranger Things Into the Fire graphic novel. So I love the show, and apparently there's like a bunch of these official kind of spin-off or side stories. I think I have one of the novels, but I've never seen the like comics before, so wanted to check that out. After that, I went to Savers and just found so much cool stuff. Oh my god. Where should I even start here? Here, let's do some plush. So, not a huge fan of these Squishmallows, but I thought this one was really cute. It's a ramen bowl. And so it was $5.99, but it still has its tag, and I had a 30% off coupon. So I thought that was my kind of gateway to the Squishmallow world. Another plush. This is absolutely a bootleg, but I just thought it was too bizarre not to get. It's a completely pink Koopa Troopa. So it has the green shell, but its entire body and eyes are pink. And it's got like a little suction cup to hang it up. So I don't know what this is from or who made this, but it was just a couple bucks, and I thought it was kind of cool. One other Mario themed thing. This again is like a handmade thing someone just put together, but it's a Super Mario World pillow. So it's this really cool fabric. It's got Mario riding Yoshi, a couple power-ups, a question block, and the Super Mario World logo. So again, that was just a couple bucks. And then, like the Splatoon buckets I found the day before, I found some Pokemon ones. This was a set of, what are there, 5? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 5 of them for $2.50. So add those to my growing bucket collection. Let's see, moving on. I found, what are these called? I always forget. Is this a ghost from Halo? So it's $4.99. This is specifically, I think, the McFarlane Toys. Yeah, 2010 McFarlane Toys vehicle. So I'm pretty sure I have some of the figures, and figure why not get a vehicle to go with them. Also got this really kind of fun finger drums set. That was $3.49, but let me turn it on here so it actually works. It's just kind of fun, and it has like a little demo, so we can make it. So if I was good at playing the drums, it would sound like that. Thought that was fun. Also, sticking with the toys, found this enormous Spider-Man figure for $7.99. So this, I think, was from 2003. So I think that'd still be one of the Tobey Maguire movies. But this thing is crazy articulated. I mean, you can move his toes, his arms, hands, like every muscle, even like every joint in his fingers are posable. It's just insane. Unfortunately, I didn't notice till I got home. He's missing a finger on his left hand, but I mean, this is a really cool figure either way. I just figure I'll keep that hand in a fist. It won't be noticeable. But very, 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 very cool figure. Then let's see. That stuff in a minute. I found the Martian Extended Edition on Blu-ray for $2.99. Now, I haven't seen this movie, but back when Family Video was closing a few years ago, I picked up just the disc of the 3D version, and I figured, oh, I'll just get, a case with the normal version eventually. So here we go. But what's funny is, so I opened it up, and the extended edition is 2 discs, but somebody also threw in the regular edition Blu-ray. So now I have like every version of the film on Blu-ray. So not bad for $3. And then I got a couple books. So Savers does a deal where if you buy 4 books, you get one free. Obviously, the lowest price book would be free, so I try to pick out stuff that's in the same price range. So first off, I found a little old Pokemon chapter book that it's kind of fun. It's one of the old Scholastic books. I found the Strange Planet book by Nathan W. Pyle. If you're not familiar with this book, I'm sure you've seen some of these comics online. They were like insanely popular for a few years. It's about like aliens just experiencing everyday stuff. But yeah, so all these books were $179, by the way, so far. And then found a pair of books by The Oatmeal. So maybe you've been to that website or seen some of their art. So I noticed these because they were actually sitting next to a third book. I think it had a picture of them on one of these. Maybe not. But so I have another book by this author called How to Tell If Your Cat is Trying to Kill You. And that book was hilarious, so I thought these would be interesting too. Again, $179 each. And then finally found Pojo's Unofficial Big Book of Pokemon. So anybody who grew up with Pokemon might remember Pojo. They used to sell or put out like guidebooks where it would be, like trading card game prices or info about new games coming out or about the anime. And this is just like a compilation 20th anniversary special edition of a lot of content from their old magazines, plus some information about Pokemon Go. So this is fairly recent. But this one was only $129, so that was my free book. But I figured they were all close enough in price that I was okay with that. And then I have no idea how I missed this the first time, but I found this Lego Super Mario Adventure with Peach starter set for $22.99, and it's brand new. It was so I looped around the store probably a dozen times. I was there for hours, just kept finding more and more stuff, and I noticed this sitting on a shelf in the toy aisle, just kind of sticking out like that. I'm like, no way, and boom. Absolutely crazy. I think this still sells for about $50 new. So $22.99 plus 30% off. So definitely had to pick that up. And one other amazing find. I got the Aura Interactor. And that was $19.99. And this is complete in box except for one little tiny stereo adapter. But I already have one, so I didn't care. But this thing, if anyone has never heard of this, it's basically an electronic vest that you wear, and then you hook it up to either your game console, or it says on the back here that it also works just with like a TV VCR, stereo, computer, and it's basically like wearing a rumble pack. So it vibrates in conjunction with whatever you're playing or watching. This was one of those weird things you always saw advertised in like video game magazines back in the 90s. And I was like, oh, I always thought like that'd be really cool as a kid, and then never got one. But walking down the electronics aisle, and there it is. So had to check it out for 20 bucks. And actually, according to my buddy, it still works with modern technology. So definitely a cool pickup. Okay, I think that was it for Savers. And from there, I went out to the next town over and stopped in their. I think I stopped at their Sparrow's Nest and didn't really find anything there. But next door, they have just kind of an independent children's store that's mostly closed, but they have like a little toy room in the back, so I occasionally check it out. And this time, I'm glad I did because I found a Velociraptor plush from The Lost World. So it's got the official JP logo. It's got like a hard plastic head and claws, which is really cool. And it was just $5. So very neat. I think I have a few other plush from this line. I want to say I have the Pachycephalosaurus and Stegosaurus. But I've never seen the raptor, so very happy to find him. After that, I went to the Salvation Army in that town and found the Sword of Omens from Thundercats. Now, this is like a miniature version. Obviously, it's not really life-size, but it's still pretty cool. It's got the Thundercats logo there and the Eye of Thundara. Pretty scratched up, but I figured I could fix it up. And it was only $1.99, so like, who cares? But the claws pops out. And then I don't think I have batteries in it right now, but it does actually like light up and, you know, does the Thundercats. So I loved that show growing up. And immediately recognized this when I saw it on the toy shelf. Also, to my growing board game collection here, I found a copy of Betrayal at House on the Hill. So this is, I've seen this before at like Target. It's like kind of like a horror themed tabletop game, and it's usually pretty expensive. I want to say it's at least like maybe $30 or even $40. It's only $3.99, and it is 100% complete. So very happy to finally be able to check that out. And then got another toy bag. This one had a few cool things. Let me pull them out. Had this. I don't actually know what dinosaur this is, but kind of like a generic one. Or generic brand, but it's in scale with the Jurassic World stuff, so I thought he was kind of neat. Might be like one of the early reptiles, or something like a Dimetrodon type thing. But he was cool. One of the young Godzilla figures from the 1998 movie, the American Godzilla. Oh, he actually chumps. That's cool. Couple more Teletubbies. I don't know why they're all popping up all of a sudden, but these are some kind of cool vinyl figures. And what else? There's like a barrel of monkeys. A lot of generic little dinosaurs and things. Most of this stuff I'll probably just kind of sell. Or redonate. But, oh, that's interesting. This little Vegeta. Probably like a Happy Meal toy or something. So, but this whole bag was just $4.99, and I really wanted the Godzilla, so not too bad. Okay, let's keep moving on. And let's see. Okay, one final thrift store. I went to the Goodwill in that town and found some cool stuff. Oh, actually, I got this from someone else. So I got a Benjamin Franklin action figure. He comes with his little kite with the key attached to it. Thought that was fun. He was just $2.49. Found this pretty cool. I think it's actually like a dog toy, but it's a, how do you pronounce it? Therizinosaurus from Jurassic World. Yeah, it squeaks. It's a dog toy. But it's only $1.50. It's really cool. Got this little Godzilla-looking guy. It's so it was only 49 cents, and it's what is that? Tokidoki vinyl. Oh, it looks like it's from Sonic the restaurant, so it must have been kind of like a Happy Meal toy or something. But still kind of cool. It's just like a big bright red Godzilla. Got this Jurassic World matching game for $1.49, plus green tags were half off, so 75 cents. And what's going to need, all the tiles actually glow in the dark. And it is complete. I went through and made sure it was all in there. And one more thing, I got this Super Mario Blow Up Shaky Tower game. So to show you on the back here, it's basically like a balancing game. So there's this like plastic tower with little ledges, and you have to put your figure on there without knocking. There's like a ball that goes on top and would knock everything down. So it's missing the ball, unfortunately, but it does have all of the little minifigures, which I thought were the coolest part anyway. So that was $3.49. And let's see. Oh, one other thing, not at a thrift store, but I randomly saw this in like probably like a Facebook ad or something. But at Five Below, I got this miniature barbecue grill set for $5 at Five Below. I thought it was kind of cool because it's pretty much in scale with action figures, and I have a million action figures, so I thought, oh, why not get them a grill? But it comes with a whole bunch of accessories, and the grill itself, of course. And when I looked it up on their website, it said every single store was sold out except for the store in one of the two towns that I went to. So I went in, and sure enough, they had it. So that was cool. That is it for the thrifting stuff, believe it or not. But last week was when all the stores kind of did their Black Friday in July, or Amazon did their Prime Day, and like everybody had to do their own copycat thing. So I did end up getting a couple deals, either online or in store. So first off, let's see, I got a couple things at Target. So they had a deal on Mario games for Nintendo Switch. It was a Target Circle coupon for $30 off, which is already a good discount in its own right. But somebody figured out that you can price match GameStop, who had the games on sale for $39.99, then use the $30 off and get the games for basically $9. So I did. So I got Super Mario Odyssey, which I did own before and traded in, but I figured I'd replace it when it got cheap, and $9 is probably the cheapest it's ever going to get. So had to get that. I already opened it because I've been playing it. Got that for myself. And then I think that was Sunday. And then at another store, it wasn't like an official deal, but someone online had mentioned that a lot of EA games were almost like 70% off, one of which was It Takes Two for Nintendo Switch. This was only $8, down from, I think, $40. So this won a bunch of Game of the Year awards, I think like 2-3 years ago, whenever it came out. And, I've been wanting to play it, so $8 was a no-brainer. And also at that store, I happened to find the new Pokemon Snap pre-order bonus, which is like a little magnetic photo frame. They randomly had a couple of them on the clearance rack, and I think it was like $4. So picked that up. And so that was on Sunday, and then the Monday of that week, they added Mario Kart 8 to the $30 off deal. And again, it was on sale for $40 at GameStop, so got a copy of Mario Kart 8 for my fiance for $9. Not bad. Then let's see. I only got a couple things from Amazon. I typically don't order from them because half the stuff I order shows up damaged. But they had a couple deals I couldn't resist. Namely, I got Akira on 4K Blu-ray for, I think it was like $11. Not bad. If you have not seen this, this is one of, if not the greatest anime films ever. This was what got me into anime as a child. We signed up for some VHS subscription service. I'm kind of showing my age here. But the deal was, if you signed up, you got Akira on VHS for 89 cents. And then, if you stuck with it, it was like $20 or $30 for every tape once a month going forward. But I remember it just blew my mind as a kid, and I got hooked. So wanted to get one of my favorite films in the best format possible, and it was cheap. Also, from Amazon, kind of weird thing to buy in July, but I got the Sonic the Hedgehog Advent Calendar from, I think, last year, maybe 2 years ago. This was finally marked down. I think they normally have it for like $70, which is insane, but they had it down to like $25.99, and I had a $5 gift card, so I got it for like $22 with tax. But what's cool about this is, so it has 24 doors, like all of these do, but it's full of the Jax Sonic figures. Three of which are exclusive. So there's a like Christmas-themed Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles. And then it has like Ray and Mighty and a couple other characters. I think altogether it has, I want to say 12 figures and 12 like accessories, so like item boxes or like Chaos Emeralds. And these are the little like 2.5-inch figures, which are normally $5 each. So you get 12 of them for, just over 20. That was absolute no-brainer. One other thing I got from Amazon indirectly, it was a deal on Woot.com, which I guess is now owned by Amazon. I hadn't ordered from them for, God, probably like at least 5-6 years, but I still had an account. But I noticed they had a ton of video game deals, one of which was for Bayonetta Origins. So this game came out, I think, just a couple months ago, but they already had it down to $29.99, so half price. And I have every other game in the Bayonetta series, and I definitely wanted to get this one, so it was like the one thing I kind of splurged on. And then one final pickup, I finally picked up Slash. So this, if you've seen my previous pickup videos, this is part of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Adventures series from NECA. So these are based on the old Archie comics from the mid-90s. And that was kind of my Turtles comic growing up. I was a little too young for the Mirage stuff, but I always watched the cartoon, and then the Archie comics were pretty close in tone to the cartoon. They had a lot of the same characters, but it got pretty dark towards the end. But I have a full run of the comics, always loved them, loved the art, all the original characters, like the Mutanimals, which is what Slash eventually became part of. And when they announced these figures, I was like, oh my god, those are like my dream Ninja Turtle figures. So, in a couple months ago, I picked up Man Ray, Jaguar, and Dreadmon as they were released because they were part of the Target, what do they call it? Some sort of like collector con or something. They did it like every Friday for a month or so. And those were all, I don't know if they still are, but they were Target exclusive. And then Slash, at the time, was kind of readily available everywhere, so I'm like, he's my favorite, but I'll get him eventually. Now, he's not available at, like, any Target in my area, but I found at that Walmart in the town where I got all this thrifting stuff, they had him in stock. And I had, like, I think $10 in Walmart gift cards, so I'm like, I'm gonna do it. But this is probably my favorite NECA figure to date. Hopefully you can see the detail there. He is just absolutely spot on with the comic design. So I'm very, very happy to finally own this guy. Okay, so there we have it. As you saw, a ton of amazing stuff. And that's just pretty much the first half of July. But definitely let me know in the comments what you think. Is there any of this stuff that you would pick up yourself, or you're wondering why I picked it up, if you have any questions, just please let me know. If you haven't already, please go ahead and click the subscribe button. I have lots more content on the way. I do a lot of pickup videos. I've been doing some flip-throughs of the old Super Power Supply catalogs. Lots of cool gaming stuff coming up. So be sure to subscribe and check back soon. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you again.